When you fire a small caliber, it's like a pop. You know, and when you fire a big caliber pistol, it's like a clow, you know what I mean? But when you shoot a high power rifle or a big high power, boom, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what I hear kaboom.
This is Leo Martinez. On February 15, 2006, 18-year-old Jennifer Crescente disappears. Police quickly launch a missing persons investigation. The next night, Jennifer is discovered dead in a wooded area in Austin, Texas. She has been shot in the back of the head, execution style. Witness statements and physical evidence point homicide detectives to Jennifer's on-again, off-again boyfriend, Justin Crabb. Justin's full police interrogation is in a previous video in this series. While speaking with detectives, he claims that Jennifer was killed by accident, while he and his friend Ricardo Roman were fooling around with a gun that Ricardo had purchased. Police then turn their attention to Ricardo. During his police interrogation, which is also available in a previous video, he denies having had anything to do with Jennifer's murder and points the finger at Justin. In hopes of untangling who's responsible for Jennifer's death, investigators bring Ricardo's stepfather, Leo Martinez, down to the station for a formal police interview. What detectives are about to learn about the criminal psychology in this disturbing true crime case will shock them.
Okay, Kerry tells me you know why you're here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give a statement.
Did you give him a statement?
About what happened aquel día.
It's pretty much basically the same as I told you guys that night.
Yeah.
Like I say, if you want me to start like what I know from the week of from Sunday night up to till you guys came, I could go like that. But if you guys just want what I know from the night of the incident, then I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But it all depends on what you want. I mean,
I think what he's looking for is just a good description of that day, what happened that day.
okay.
You know, so we'll start from there. So hang on, give me a second.
All right.
And bear with me, all right? I mean,
You're about as good as on that machine as I am. I can already see it.
Yeah, one of them deals, man.
I get stuck on that thing too, and I'm over there, Mama.
Yeah. So let's see. You want some water, brother? Coffee?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll take a soda water.
7 Up, cool.
Yeah,
You like
7 Up's
7
good.
All right, I'll get you one. Ándale. Oh my gosh.
We're locked in.
We're locked in. Let me get somebody to get me a...
Man, you guys could make a good studio in here.
Monday?
You guys could have a good music studio with this stuff in here.
Yeah.
My little nephew gets down on making music, you know. And I tell him all the time, put some of this up.
Well, we just got this stuff in, man, because before it was just like it would echo, you know. A lot.
Now it's all bassy.
Yeah, it's
Sounds
nice.
good.
All right, let me get you that.
All right.
Hey, Leo, you thought I'm gonna go get a picture. I'm gonna show you. Hey,
Okay.
do you know Justin?
Personally, it's just like I told you, I just barely met him those last couple of days he was by the house.
How many times you see him?
In a total of about 2 weeks that he was around the neighborhood, I've only seen him like 4 times.
4 times? Okay, but if I show you a picture of him, you'll know it's him, right?
Probably more than likely.
Yeah. Okay. You've seen
Like
him?
if it's the one in the paper, yeah, that's him.
Well, but I mean, even before that, you knew.
Oh,
whenever he'd
I'll
show up,
remember
you knew
his
who he
face.
was.
I remember his face.
Okay.
Yeah, I can point him out. That's that huerco right there.
Is him?
That's that f***ing huerco right there.
Put your initials, today's date, the 23rd, and the time for me.
You know, that's the same way he looked like when he went to the house. Just like that.
Like that?
So the
Make
date?
sure we're not live.
Guess the date.
Today's the 23rd, man.
February, right?
Yeah.
06.
06.
Never saw it in him either.
Monday?
Never saw that kind of in that kid.
Mm.
Just looking at him, he looked like a little huerco, you know what I mean? I didn't think he have anything like that in his system to take anybody out like that. I don't know how these little kids think like that. I mean, I read it every day in the paper. One little kid shoot another little kid, stab another little kid, you know. I worry about my huercos, man. I worry
Pretty
about
bad.
mine. I still got two in high school, man, that, you know, it scares me to death, even when they go to school, because of what happened to that little girl in the, over here in that other school by the 290s.
Mm-hmm.
In summer. I don't remember the name of the school. That little black girl got stabbed at that school.
Oh, here at Reagan?
Yeah, there you go, Reagan's. There you go. Yeah, that kind of scared the shit out of me.
It happened.
Man, they do it right, man, you know. I don't know, all them little boxing programs they used to have for these little guys to get into, take all their frustrations out, you know. No, when I was down, the young, you know, the police department used to have boxing team, you know, for the little kids.
Yeah.
Not no more. But this is a lot bigger place than where I grew up, too, man.
Where's that, bro?
In Ignacio, Colorado.
Oh, yeah, in Colorado. Nice. That's nice up there, isn't it? Had a friend up there.
Beautiful, man.
So, what
I
brought you,
miss it.
what brought you down here?
Work. I got transferred up here with Time Warner.
Oh, yeah?
With little whatever I'm able to do, you know, like tune up or little break job where I can sit on my face and, you know, for my family and friends. And that's
Yeah.
pretty much what I do, build leather. I do a lot of leather work.
Do you really?
Yeah, this is some of my work right here. Hold your cigarettes, your cigarette lighter.
That's pretty good.
Purses, shoes. I make a lot of stuff out of leather. Belts.
Man. Belts, I mean,
Do a lot of guitar straps.
do you a lot of work from your neighbors there, or just whomever?
Pretty much it's like during the festivals. During the festivals I make pretty good.
Do you have a driver's license with you, Leo?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Investigators take down Leo's personal information.
And you live with, I'm sorry, your wife?
My wife,
Mary
Jane
Mary
Martinez.
Jane. Here you go, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, I tell you what, if you can start me off when you first met Justin here.
Okay, it was,
This was-
I do believe it'd be on a Sunday.
So,
He had come by that evening.
did you know him by his name, or how'd you know him?
I just knew him as the white boy.
The white boy?
The
Okay.
little white boy, that's how I called him.
Well, his name is Justin Crab. Okay, you know that, right?
Nah, I know that now.
Okay, so I'm gonna put, you met Justin Crab, when, about 2 weeks ago?
No, not even. It'd be like a week.
Oh.
A week. I know him to be around my house for about a couple of weeks. But me personally had met him only like 4 days before, 5 days before this whole bullshit went down.
The whole thing happened, okay, about a week, okay, a week before the incident?
Yeah.
On the 16th?
Mm-mm. That's not right.
It was February 16th when this happened.
I thought it was Wednesday 15th.
Well, yeah, exactly, it was on the 15th, but when we got involved, it was the 16th.
Oh, okay.
But you're right, it was on the, okay.
I was gonna say, man, the paper and everything's been wrong.
No, the paper's right. It's just that, you know, my mentality's from the 16th because that's when we got involved,
Right.
you know what I mean? And that's the way, you know, that's just me. Everything for me started on the 16th. But, so you met him a week before that day?
Yeah.
Okay. Before the incident, and you didn't know him by his name?
No.
Okay.
Like
And
I
you
said,
just-
he'd only stopped by like a couple of times.
did you call him white boy, or you?
Yeah.
Or you called him?
I said, because when he'd come in, and he'd say, you know, he'd be kind of frantic on me, you know what I mean? And he'd reach your ear, and I'd say, yeah, hold on. And then I'd yell to the garage, Jumba, said, little white boy out here for you.
Okay.
Because I didn't know him.
Okay.
And then Jumba would come out and peek, told him, all right, hold on. He would
Okay.
go inside.
So you call him white boy, and how did you meet him?
He had come up with my son one day because my son was putting applications everywhere. And that day that I had seen him, my son said,
With Richard?
Yeah.
Roman?
yeah, he
Okay.
said,
Now, he's your stepson.
yeah.
Okay.
He said, look, I met this guy on the bus. He lived right here around the corner.
Okay.
So, okay. No, I didn't pay no mind. I really don't worry about my kids and their friends, you know.
So Richard told you that he had met him on the bus?
Yeah, he said by the bus stop. He lived right there by around the corner. And I told him, I says, you know, I said, don't be bringing nobody new over here. I don't like nobody over here. I don't like your friends over here. You know, because, I mean, you get one there, and then another car drove up, and then another car drove. Pretty soon I got
a house full of kids. You like your privacy. Huh?
Yeah, so.
All right. So I told him, okay. I met him when he came by with my stepson, Richard Roman. Richard told me that he met him by the bus stop around the corner from the house.
Yeah, right there in SQ.
So he came by, introduced you to him, and this was the first time you saw Justin, right?
Yeah. The second time I had saw Justin, I was pulling up from a job that I went to go do for a friend of mine. And I had to go back to the house to get some tools, and my son was the only one home at that time, and I turned around and I told him, I says, look, I don't want nobody in the house. He says, no, nobody gonna come in the house. And then when I drove up, my son was sitting in the garage with the garage door open.
Okay, so you had gotten home from where?
From doing I was looking over a lawnmower that my friend wanted to buy from another person.
Uh-huh.
And when I went back to go get some tools to see if we could get the little diesel engine started, I had seen Justin walking out of my garage. And
Okay, so you had come home from having
from doing my business.
from doing some personal business, and you saw Justin coming out of the garage.
Yeah, I saw Justin coming out of my garage, and I said, hey, what the hell are you doing in my shop? He said, I just came to see you, boy. I don't give you came on here and give me $1 million, get the hell out of here. I already told you. You guys are gonna come to the house, you guys got a phone call there, you don't see mama or dad or me here, nobody allowed in the damn house. Get the hell out of here. So I run him off that day.
So you ran him off. Okay. Next time I saw you, I was coming home from attorney. Doing some personal business.
That's about the second time I inquired with him that I ever seen him.
So you told him you didn't want any of Richard's friends there when y'all weren't there?
Right. My kids already know that rule, that nobody's allowed at the house while we're not there. For this stupid reason right here.
And it's you and your wife?
Yeah, we
Okay.
both agree on that rule.
Okay, so I told him I didn't want anyone there while me or my wife were not there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
And at that time, that's when my boy said, no, he just got here, Dad. I just opened the garage door. He just got here. I said, okay. I says, I'm getting ready to leave. I want this shop closed. I want him out of here. And that's when I told him to get the hell out of there. And he left. He left when I told him to leave.
Okay, so you were leaving again.
Yeah, Justin had already left.
So Justin did leave?
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him cross the street and head down the street.
Okay.
So he did. He was not there when I returned from work.
Well, what I'm saying is when Richard came out, he told you, hey, he just got here, Dad.
Right.
And you told him, well, I'm fixing to leave again. I want him gone before I leave.
Right.
And before you left, he did leave.
Yes, he did leave the premises.
Okay, and the third time? The next time you saw him?
Oh, that was like, I have to say a couple of days after that.
Okay.
Let's see, it was the first week. I only seen him like once that one time, and that's when I said, little white boy want you. Then the next time I seen him, I told him, get the f*** out my shop.
Mhm.
The third time I seen him was on the Monday before this incident.
Okay, next time I saw him was there.
That would have been on the 13th. I seen him on the 13th. He'd come by the house. He wanted to talk to my boy. And my boy's already angry because he kept blowing up his phone.
Okay, so he came by the house and wanted to talk to Richard.
Right. And when I went in there to let him know that the little boy was there,
And who was mad?
my son was already pissed
Mad
off
at him?
at him because he kept calling and calling. My son would tell him, hold on, I'm going to take a shower. Hold on, take a shower. Do his personal thing. And when the little boy got there, I walked in there. My boy was still in the restroom brushing his teeth. And, I mean, my boy, a pretty boy, like get looking good for the girl, He's sitting in there doing his own thing. I walked in. I said, hey, that little white boy here again, goddamn me. He said, Dad, I told him to win. I'd call him when I was done. So, well, he's outside. So he went out there and he told him, hey, hold on, I'll be out in a minute. So then the little boy walked through the shop, opened the door, and yelled in there, hey, Richard, I gotta go, hurry up. Rich goes, wait, goddammit, I told you. So I knew my son was already mad because my son don't cuss in front of us like that.
So Richard came out and told him to wait. I'm getting ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know where they were going?
Well, my son was going somewhere else, but
Oh.
Justin wanted to meet up with my boy for I don't know what reason.
Okay, hang on, let me write that down. So Richard was already, okay.
And that was on Monday. That was on Monday.
So he was calling his cell a lot?
Yeah, the house phone, I think. It was the house phone.
Calling him on the phone a lot, okay.
Yeah, because my son had already started complaining that this guy was like a bump on a pickle. You know, you couldn't show him kindness because he was already becoming like a leech, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a piece of bubble gum.
Okay, let's see, Richard was getting ready to go somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I think he was going to go eat dinner with his little girly friend or something like that to that effect. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was. Pretty much I don't get in my boy's business, you know, man. I just ask him, you know, he tells me, I'll be back, Dad, I'm going with this person over here. If you need me, I'll be here. You call me here. All right? So I don't worry about it, you know, because, I mean, hardly anything happens stupid at the house where I got a call on him and come home right away, you know?
So Richard came out and told him to hang on a second because he was getting ready?
Yeah, he said, hold on, I'm getting ready. He was pretty upset with him already, like I said. The little dude was like a chicle. And finally, the little boy went in there and opened the door and called me. He said, hurry up, I gotta go. So Richard walked out there, and then the little boy left. He left back like around this way of my house, going towards Lotta.
Okay, so Richard came back in, and then...
He talked to the little boy outside the front yard, and then my boy went back inside,
Okay.
and the little boy took off.
Okay, so Richard came back into the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in, and Justin left.
Yeah, he left.
Okay. And this was
Monday night.
this was after Richard came out and talked to him?
Yeah, Richard talked to him and told...
Richard came out and told him, hang on, I'm getting ready. He went back and finished, got ready, and then came out and
came
talked
back
to him?
out.
Okay.
And then, I don't know what they talk about, but my son goes, nah, I'm not going to go nowhere with you. I got this other plan, so little boy leave. My boy go on doing what he do.
Okay.
Because I know he was starting, like I said, be a piece of chicle, want to hang out with my boy and stuff. And I kept telling him, Mama told him too, like, that Sunday, the 12th, that Sunday night, because it was Sunday in the day, I think, that I run him off. I'm not quite sure, but I know it's in that process. And my wife told me, because I was right there on the car, she tells me, you know, I don't like that little boy. I don't want him around here. I says, okay. So then he was walking up after that, and I said, did you hear my wife? And she said, yes, sir. I said, all right, then. Next time before you come to the house, you need to make a phone call. See if it's okay for you to come by.
All right, now they're just popping in, huh? So Richard was already complaining that Justin was like a what, you were saying?
A piece of bubble gum, pain in the ass.
Okay.
Become a pain in the ass.
Okay.
And that's when I turned around.
That he always wanted to hang out with him? Or?
Yeah, he just was like a little chinchette, just wanted to be around my boy. Go places with my boy, do things with my boy. My boy not one to hang out with guys, you know. He's always with the girls, you know what I mean? He's a lover boy, a little cabron. He brings back sometimes, I tell you.
He always wanted to be around. Okay. Okay, so then, and you said your wife didn't like...
Didn't like Justin's outlook at all. She told me, she goes, I feel like he's bad. I don't like him.
Okay.
And I don't want him here at the house. And then Justin walked up in front of the yard. That was Tuesday night, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That was Tuesday night.
Okay, so this wasn't this. We're not talking about Monday. She told you this Tuesday.
Right.
Okay, so let's leave that for Tuesday. So Richard came out, talked to him, and then Justin left.
Yeah, Justin left.
And that was the second
And
time.
that was it. That was
Okay.
the end of it. And then the Tuesday morning. No. Tuesday afternoon. And when he come back, and he asked me, he had pulled up to the house. Me and Richard were in the shop. We were sweeping the shop.
So this is the next day, right?
This is Tuesday.
Okay.
This is right before my wife told me Tuesday evening that that she didn't like that little boy.
And this was Tuesday evening? Or
Yeah,
Tuesday afternoon?
Afternoon. Tuesday evening, my wife told me she didn't like that little son of a bitch.
So, next day, Tuesday afternoon, what happened?
He pulled up.
Justin?
Yeah, he walked up, and he's telling Richard, he goes, yeah, man, I'm going to go pick up some money, because I'm looking about getting $3,000, and I wanted to see if you could ask your dad if I could buy a car for me.
Okay, so he told Richard that he was getting some money, about $3,000?
Yeah,
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he had told me $3,000. He was looking in about getting $3,000.
And asked Richard.
To ask me if I could get a car, or if it was okay for him to come in and talk to me about a car.
Okay, so I asked Richard to ask me.
If it was okay to come in and talk about a car. So he came up to about as far as my desk in the bay door. I was sitting in my chair. And he tells me, he says, yeah, I'm looking into getting about $3,000 and I wanted to buy a couple of cars, cheap cars. One for my girlfriend and one for me. And I says, well, it's almost like lottery, I told him. I says, I just inquired a little car that's for sale. And he says, what is that? I says, oh, it's an 89 Mazda 626, I told him.
So he asked if you could help him get a car for him and his girlfriend.
Yeah, one apiece. He said he wanted to buy 2 cars for $2,000. And I mentioned that I knew where there was one of a Mazda 626 that was for sale and it was cheap. I didn't know what was wrong with it, but I knew it was cheap.
Did he tell you what his girlfriend's name was?
No, he didn't mention her name or anything at all at that time.
Girlfriend, cheap, right?
Yeah, cheap cars. So Tuesday afternoon, after he left, that I told him well, he could come back on Wednesday, and I'd probably have the car there at the house so he could see it. He said, okay, and I'll go ahead and bring my girlfriend over on Wednesday so we could see the car. And I says, well, that's fine.
Okay, so you told him that you knew of a car, right?
Right. I had mentioned I know of a car.
What kind was it?
It was a Mazda 626,
Mazda
89.
626. Okay, 1989?
Mm-hmm.
626 for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And you told him that you would get it?
I told him I was going to probably bring it on Wednesday to the house.
Okay.
So after we had inquired about the car, he went his way. Junebug was with me.
What did he tell you? He said he would come back?
He said he'd be back tomorrow, the following day. He'd be back on Wednesday with baby girl to show her the car.
Okay, so Justin said he would.
Okay, well
Justin left?
Yeah, Justin he bounced off the premises, went his way.
Okay.
And then from there, Junebug went in the house. I stood there until right around the time that Mama got home, by maybe about 30 minutes before Mama got home. Junebug then finished getting ready. He went to put in an application, or check in on his second interview, rather, at the Sam's Club.
Okay, when did Richard complain? When was he complaining? Was that like...
On Monday.
On Monday, okay.
Monday, he was complaining already that this dude was being a pain in the ass.
He said Richard doesn't usually hang out with guys, just girls.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then Richard's getting ready to go to Sam's, and you're still out in the garage, right?
Right.
And
So
then
once my boy got his ride,
somebody came pick him up?
yeah, somebody gave me a ride to Sam's. And after that, I locked the house and I went to go look on the Mazda 626. But I got tired of trying to get it started, that I just left it where it was at and I came home. And then Wednesday come, and
So you got home?
yeah, I got home. Mama asked me where I went. I said I went to go check the Mazda 626. And Richard come home, gave us the good deal that it looked like it was positive that he was going to get the job at Sam's Club. And after that, we just hung out at the house. And then another friend of mine pulled up, and I checked her brakes on her car and told her that she was going to need some brakes on her car because they were starting to grind. So then after that, she left. I shut shop down. We fell asleep. Wednesday morning, it's about 10 o'clock.
Okay, hang on. This is, what about Tuesday? What about, did your wife, what about her telling you Tuesday
Yeah, Tuesday night. That's when I was out there with on Richie's car. I was underneath the car, and she come out and she goes, "You know what?" She goes, "I'm gonna tell you something." I says, "What's the matter, baby?" "I don't like that little kid. Just something about him don't feel right." She goes, "I don't like him. He's trouble." She goes, I really appreciate it if you tell Richard, tell him to stop coming around the house." I said, "Okay." So Juba came out and I told him, I said, "You gotta tell the little white boy he's not welcome over here no more. And if he's gonna come by to make a phone call."
Okay, so she didn't want him at the house and told me to tell Richard this, right?
Yeah. So I told Junebug, and Junebug told him, and at that time, that's when he was walking up. When my wife was telling me anyway, he walked up, so I know he overheard us.
Who's this?
Justin.
Oh, okay.
He was standing in the yard Tuesday night.
And you were telling Richard?
No, he was in the yard on the telephone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who he talked to.
Oh, so he was there?
Yeah, he was there Tuesday night. I'm telling you. And that when my wife come out, and he say, "No, I don't like that little boy being here."
Okay, so you came back to the house, right? After
Yeah,
checking
see,
on
he
the
leave
Mazda, right.
in the afternoon after he talked with me. He not returned until, like I say, like after I got home. I got home by 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock that evening, and he popped up.
All right, let me say that. Okay, so when you got home around 8:30, 9,
Mm-hmm.
Justin came by?
Yes, Justin had popped up.
Okay.
And he
Was Richard there yet?
Yeah, Richard was already home telling us about the.
And your wife was there too, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
At that time, that Richard was explaining what his day was with Mama inside the house.
Uh-huh.
Old boy was outside while I was working on that car with the brakes. I was telling you, I was checking the brakes.
Okay, so when you got home, your wife and Richard were already there, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me try and get this straight here. You told your wife where you'd been, right?
Right. And that's when when she goes, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go talk with Junebug." She went in and talked to Junebug, come back out.
Richard was telling
Mom about daily activities.
Mom about his activities and about his getting his job and
Right.
about you were outside working,
Yeah.
right?
And then
this is when he walked up.
Yeah, that's when little white boy walk up, and then 5 minutes after that, little baby girl pull up too, but that was one of Richard's schoolmates, a little female girl. She pulled up too, so her and her boyfriend were there, and Justin walked around my front yard on the telephone, nobody conversating to him.
Okay, so
And then I walk up to the other car, and I look under it, because I have 2 cars in my stall. And I'm looking at the one with the brakes, but Uncle Rich pulls up, and I go see why his car's overheating. So I look under the car, and while I'm looking under it, Mama comes to the shop. And that's what she tells me. She says, "You know what, baby?" Because she looked over like that and seen him leaning on the tree.
okay.
And she says, "You know what, baby?" She goes, I don't like that little kid. He seems like trouble. I don't want him here at the house no more."
So he was just out there in the yard?
Yeah, he went.
Did you tell Richard he was there?
Yeah, well, no, at that time I didn't say nothing that he was there yet.
So he was just out?
He was just out in the yard yet. He was on the
Walking
phone, walking around, talking on the phone. He hadn't even asked for Richard yet.
Talking on his cell phone, okay.
So then when my wife was telling me that she didn't want to live at the house, that he was walking up towards me and my wife.
Okay.
And then that's when he had asked for Richard. And that's when I went in there and called Richard, told him the little white boy is back outside.
Okay.
And to tell him, because I stopped him right there at the garage door in the house, where you go in the house from the garage. I stopped him there and I told him, I said, "Mama said she want that little something."
All right.
So you tell him not to come around here no more. If he's going to come around, you tell him to make a phone call. So he went out there. He talked to Justin. Justin left. And then my boy came back inside. The little girl came in with him. They stayed at the house for about 15, 20 minutes. And then him and baby girl ended up leaving in her car.
Richard?
Just Richard and the little girl.
The girl, okay, all right.
That came to visit him.
So this is when, okay, your wife came out, told me she didn't like Justin because she felt he was bad. She didn't want him at the house and told me to tell Richard this, right?
Right.
While she was telling me this,
Yeah, Justin walked
Justin walked up
Walked up to where me and my wife were.
up to us and asked for Richard.
And that when he asked for Richard.
Okay.
And then Mama turned around, walked inside, and I walked over, and I called Junebug. Junebug come back outside, and
So she went inside to get Richard?
no, she just went inside.
Okay.
I followed her. I called Junebug, and I pulled him
Uh-huh.
to the garage, and I said, "Look, Mama don't like this little something. She don't want him here."
Okay.
She said, "He trouble. For you not to have him at the house."
So you called Richard,
And I told him that.
and that's when you told him what your wife had told you.
Right.
I called Richard and told him. You called him Mom, your wife.
Yeah.
Okay. What Mom had said, if he was going to come by to call first.
Yes,
right?
to call first.
Going to come by to call first.
Because my mama won't let up off Jumbo. When he make a mistake, she'll be on him.
Okay. So then, Richard told him this.
Yeah, Richard tell him that in front of me, and he kind of like put his head down, didn't say nothing, wasn't disrespectful or nothing, and just complied with it, and he went his way. Jumbo went back in the house.
So he left.
Yeah, he left. And Jumbo came in the house, grabbed his little backpack, and he take off for a ride with the baby, with the little school friend.
Justin then left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Richard told him this, and Justin listened. Then he left, right?
Right.
Uh,
Then Jumbo went about his business with his other friends.
okay, so Justin. Okay, and this was it for Wednesday, right?
No,
Or
Tuesday. That's the end of Tuesday.
Okay, this was it. Wednesday.
On Wednesday, I got about maybe 10:30. I opened bay doors.
So on Wednesday morning, I got up around 10:30.
Right. Me and Rich sitting outside. Now, this ain't my son Richard. This is a different Rich.
A friend of yours, Rich.
Right. My friend Richard was sitting out there, and we're changing the radiator on his car. At that time, I ran out of cigarettes. And
You're out there changing the radiator.
I ran out of cigarettes, and I called Jumbo. I said, hey, June, I said, I need you to run up to 7-Eleven real quick to get me some smokes.
My stepson,
My son,
Richard.
my son Richard, yeah. You can evaluate that. I mean,
Well,
eliminate that stepson. Because, I mean, that's my son,
Yeah,
man.
I
It's
called my
not who
son.
made him, it's who raises him.
I ran out of cigarettes and called my son Richard to come out and go get me some cigarettes, right?
Right. At that time, the Jumbo went inside, get ready to go to the store for me. The little son will pop up.
Okay.
So at that time, I get Jumbo $5. No, I'm lying. I give him a $10 bill. And I told him, go ahead and get a 12-pack of sodas and a pack of cigarettes for me. So him and Justin walked up to the 7-Eleven.
Okay, so I give Richard $10,
Yes.
$10 bill, and told him to get some sodas and cigarettes, right?
Yes, sir.
So they walked off together.
Yeah, they left my premises together. That, like I said, that was around between about, I say 11:30 when they left the house. To
So
return.
this was about 11:30?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the AM. That's in the AM. Give or take the time that he went to the store and to my house, maybe 30 minutes tops because they walked. They didn't go in no vehicle.
So
They
about
walked.
30 minutes later,
Yeah, he come home, and I told him not to leave nowhere because I was going to need his assistance.
okay, so 30 minutes later, Richard, did he come back with Justin?
Yeah, Justin came with Richard back to the house. Yes, he did.
Okay.
That was about noonish. When they showed back up with the sodas and the cigarettes.
So
Like
you
I said,
told
they
him
were
not to
only
go
gone. They
nowhere.
were only gone like about 30 minutes. Like I say.
So you were going to need his help.
Yeah, I told him not to leave because I was going to need his assistance on the car.
So it was around noon then, right?
Right, that was about noonish when I told him that. And then my daughter and her boyfriend pulled up, and my son had asked me, goes, Dad, can
And
I?
your daughter's name?
It's Priscilla.
Okay.
Priscilla and Joel had
And
pulled up.
Her boyfriend Joe.
Right,
What car were they in?
and my daughter's.
What kind of car?
It's
is
a
that?
Ford LTD,
What color is it?
red,
Is it 2-door, 4-door?
4-door.
Okay.
And then my boy says, is it all right if Joe takes me up to the county so I can get my backpack
So Richard.
before I help you? And I says, okay, make it quick. Go ahead and go.
Okay, so Richard asked me if it was okay for Joe to
To give him a ride down to the store.
give
To
him
go
a
get his
ride
new
to the
backpack.
academy.
Right. To
Give
go
him
get
a
his
ride.
brand new backpack.
Academy to-
And I told him, well, as long as you make it quick, then go right ahead. So they went up there and ride back.
So he wanted to get a backpack.
Yeah,
Okay,
he got
give
bad
him
backpack.
to the
too.
academy. Huh?
He got bad little backpack. One
Yeah.
with a rain suit.
All right, okay.
But
So
yeah,
that's some good stuff there, man.
I got kind of jealous of the backpack. I wanted to punk him for it.
Dale. So Richard asked me if it was okay for Joe to give him a ride to the academy to buy a backpack, right?
Yes, sir.
What did he need the backpack for?
Well, he leaves, spends the night at his friend's house.
Did
He's
he
always
want it?
taking an HEB bag, so he
Okay.
wanted to put his little clothes and stuff that he leaves from the house with in the backpack.
I hear you. Okay. So, and you told him it was okay as long as he came back?
Yeah, as long as he made it quick. So they went up to the store. They came back.
Now, who went?
Just the 4 little boys.
Okay, so who were the 4 little boys?
My daughter boyfriend and his friend and my son and the little son right there.
Okay, so,
Now I don't know the little boy's name, that the friend of my daughter boyfriend. I don't know his little name.
okay, the 4. So Joe did take him, right?
Yeah, Joe ran him up to the store, get his backpack.
To the academy, right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
It was 4 of them that went?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because my daughter had told Joe she come running to the garage door.
Joe, Richard, Justin, and who else?
I don't know the little boy's name. It's Joe's friend.
Justin and a friend of Joe.
Yeah, a friend of Joe's.
Did he get there with them?
What's that? Yeah, he had already come with Joe and Priscilla.
So he came with them.
He came with.
He was with them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe, Priscilla, and the little boy had all come together to the house at that time. He a good little boy, real quiet. He don't cause no trouble, nothing.
So Priscilla didn't go with him, right?
No.
She stayed with you?
Yeah, she's still there at the house. And like I said, she come running out as they was backing down the driveway. She goes, "You better hurry up, 'cause we gotta leave." And I turned around and I yelled at Jumba. I said, "Make it quick, 'cause I need you."
Okay, so she
She insinuated to hurry up as well.
told Joe to hurry up,
Yeah.
right? Because they had to go?
Yeah, they had to go do something. I don't know what. Like I said, they're responsible kids. They all do their own thing, and I don't really interfere with them as long as they're not in trouble. When they get in trouble, that's when I make everything of their business my business.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 out of 10 times, my kids are good kids. They're not out there causing trouble, and they're not doing arrodes, you know. Porque ya saben, y si ya se están haciendo el pinche rogueado, yo le voy a dar la madre.
Mm-hmm.
They already know. I don't play that game. So anyway, they come home. Like I said, it was only about maybe 15, 20 minutes. Maybe a half hour tops that they were gone.
So they were gone maybe a half hour tops?
Yeah. They go to the store and right back. Because it's right down the road from the house, you know.
Right, so they were gone.
And they come home. And then Joseph and Scylla and the little boy, they leave. And I don't see them no more. I don't see them no more today. They left the house and they went to go do their own thing for the day. And I don't see them no more at all that evening. All I got was a phone call from my hijita, said that she was going to watch TV with Joe at his house, and I se quedaron en la casa de Joe.
Okay, so Joe, Priscilla, and their friend left the house to go do, right?
Yeah, go do their own thing. And then my huerco, he stood there with me and my buddy, working on the car.
Richard stayed there with you and your friend?
Yeah.
Okay, Richard.
Yeah, at that time, that's when I told Richard, okay, ándale, cura cambia la ropa. You go change your clothes because you're going to get dirty. He said, okay.
What
And
did Justin do?
He turned around and he tells Justin, I can't go. Don't worry what you do because I got to help my dad. So I'll give me a call later or see what's up later. If I'm done, then maybe we can hang out or something. And Justin take off with the green bag on his shoulder.
When Justin first got there, did he have a green bag?
No, Justin didn't have no green
He
bag.
didn't have a green bag?
Not that I seen when he come in, no.
Okay, do you remember what he was wearing when he got there?
You know what? The officer asked me that same question, and to tell you the truth, like I say, he looked just like that, but I can't really say what color clothes.
Okay.
I just know he dressed like that.
This is the way he just
Yeah,
dressed.
all
but
the
that's not
time.
necessarily what he was wearing.
No.
Okay, all right. So it was, let's see.
He was dressed baggy, like all the other kids. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the style. Pretty stupid style, but it's the style.
Did you see any, he didn't have, okay, you don't know what he was wearing, but
He had like a little coat like this. I do remember that. I do remember him like with the sweater because he had his little manitas like this. He had his manitas like that. And then when I told Richard, I says, "You get ready because you're gonna help me on the car." And he tell the little boy in the garage, he goes, "I'm gonna have to help my dad, so I'm not gonna be able to go nowhere with you. So you're gonna have to book."
When you first saw him, when he first got there, you said he was on the phone, right? No, not on the phone.
that was
He just walked
different.
up. Did he have anything in his hands? Did he have a bag with him?
No lo vi de.
No?
No lo vi. I didn't see nothing in his possession.
Just-
it was
just
just like
him.
him right
Okay.
there. It was just him. Pero te digo, I mean,
You didn't see him carrying anything?
nothing. And then de repente, all I saw is when he was leaving the yard, que tenía la bolsa colgando en el brazo,
Okay.
and he take off by himself.
All right. So then Richard told Justin that he couldn't go, and Justin left, right?
Yeah, Justin left with the green bag hanging on his arm.
Okay.
Now I don't know.
Justin had, how big was it?
Well, I know when he leave the house with the bag with the bag, that was my boy bag. He leave with my boy's bag. That was my boy's duffel bag.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you. Whose bag was that?
That was my son's bag.
Okay, so
and I didn't question myself because I always question, why you borrowing
How big
that?
was the bag?
It's like a little duffel bag, man.
Excuse me.
Pretty good, pretty good size.
Large
Yeah,
bag?
pretty good bag. Like a
What color was it?
It's like I want to say like a teal green or cream.
Okay.
Okay.
So it was green duffel bag. It
Yeah.
belonged to Richard?
Yeah, it used to be my son, but like I tell you, my boy got the new backpack, and the little boy was leaving, and like I said, I don't know if he borrowed the bag from my boy or what, but I seen him leave the house with just the bag. So at that time, me and my buddy Richie are under the hood as he's walking off
Okay.
towards Deer with the bolsa that he's carrying
So Justin walked off toward where?
towards like Deer Lane, that way.
Deer
with
Lane?
the bag. But he leave by himself. That when they come back from the store, he leave by himself up that way. And then we finished up the car, and I tell Richard, I says, "You don't go nowhere because I need you to help me drive the car. Take the drop off on the car." He said, "Okay." And he said, "After we drop off the car, Dad, can you take me by Desiree so I could drop off this envelope with pictures and la chingada?"
So-
Estaban legando.
Yeah, so when we finished up the car, and I told Richard not to go anywhere because he still needed to help you, right?
Right.
Okay.
He said, now Brian asked me if I could go driving by his girlfriend's house. Now, when the little boy leave, so you get it straight, when the little boy left my house, it was about between 3 and 4 that he left the house by himself with the bag.
Okay, so this was between 3 and 4 p.m.
That he left the house that afternoon
with the bag.
with the
right?
bag. And that when he tell me, he goes, I'll be back pretty soon to see the car with baby girl.
Okay,
And I
so
said,
Justin
"Oh,
told you
that's
that?
when he tell me that, so they
To
could see the car. Yeah.
Okay.
But when he left, I didn't tell him nothing. I said, "Well, that pobrecito el tonto, he didn't even give me a chance to tell him that the car, I'm not going to bring the car,
Okay.
So anyway, vino esa tarde, we finished the car. Well, let's see.
Okay, so Richard asked you if you could take him by.
Yeah, but that was later on after we go to drop off the car. Okay, between
Okay, so
3 and 4, the little boy leave.
Richard
Okay,
needed your help to go drop off whose car?
It was the car I was working on.
Okay, so to drop.
Okay.
So then you finished.
Yeah, we finished the car. I took the car. We come back. At that time, we got back. Hold up, because I don't want to nothing up. Hold
No,
up.
I think-
Let me straighten some. Okay, the little boy left about between 3 and 4. Me and Richard still no. I didn't take that car till about 8:30 or 9 o'clock that night. Okay, so Richard's still helping me with Richie's car. And then he asked me if we could take it after we dropped the car. I said, okay. So at that time, it was already haciendo oscuro. It was getting oscuro. And I told Richard, I says, tráeme el esternador. I told him, go get me the screwdriver from inside the shop. And I'm standing there like that, smoking my cigarette, when de repente, kaboom! Well, I said, somebody stupid cleaning the gun or something, it went off, Because I knew right away it was a gunshot. I know that. And my boy come out, he goes, did you hear that? Was that a backfire or a car going by? I go, no, somebody shoot a gun down there. Over there. I hear the boom over there.
Okay, I got you. Hang on a second. Let me get this down real quick. Richard asked me to. Richard asked you, after we finish working, after we drop the car off, can you take me by
Desiree house,
who's
which is
that?
his girlfriend,
Okay, to drop off some.
to drop off
things.
junk,
Okay.
pictures,
And-
love letters, junk like that, stupid teenage stuff.
Okay, so now we know that. Okay, Justin leaves, Richard stays there. He's helping you work on Richard's car, right?
Richard's car.
And he says, "Hey, by the way, Dad, when we drop off the car, can you take me by Desiree's?" And you're like, "Yeah, cool, no problem, whatever." All right, now you're standing.
In front of Richard's car, in that bay, where the same bay you guys walked up on me with.
Okay, so now you're standing in Richard's. Okay, in front of my garage, right?
Yeah, in front of my friend Richard's car, having a cigarette.
What time is it, Marlon? What was the time? What was the time of day? What was
It
it
was
dark? Was it
evening.
light?
It was already, like I said, it was going from like sundown. It was already turning sundown.
Okay.
But as like I was telling that investigator this morning that was at my house, I can't recognize that shot being at 6:30 like the newspaper says,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not right. When I heard the kaboom, it was like between 8:30, 9 o'clock maybe,
Mm-hmm.
even maybe give or take, an hour there.
Mm-hmm.
Pero ya estaba bien oscuro. It was
Okay.
real dark. I was standing there, and then that's when I told my boy, go get me the screwdriver. And
Okay, so you're standing there smoking a cigarette. You're telling Richard.
yeah, I'm telling my boy, go get me the screwdriver, because I'm like this in front of the
So
car.
Richard was there with you.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right, thanks.
He was at home right there with me. And I tell him, go get me the screwdriver over there. And he go get the... So he go get me the flathead screwdriver. He come back and he goes, Dad, what the hell was that noise? Was that a backfire? And I go, no, that sounded like a pretty big gun, I told him.
And this is when you heard how do you describe it, a kaboom?
I said a big kaboom, yeah.
Okay. So you heard a kaboom, but you knew that it was a gunshot?
Oh yeah, I mean anybody that's been around firearms a lot, like because I was a Boy Scout, man,
Yeah.
and then I was with the Little Rangers and stuff like that, and I went through hunter safety classes and all that, so I know what a shotgun and a handgun and different sounds of different bullets. I'm not stupid.
So
I may be old, but I'm not dumb. Yeah, because I'm a mechanic. I mean, a backfire,
So-
it don't even sound like a cuetazo. You know what I mean? I mean,
So-
it makes a boom, but it's not like a cuetazo.
Okay, so I know different types of sounds guns make.
To a backfire of a car,
Okay, shotguns and guns and handguns.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell the difference. I mean, I'm not dumb, Because when you fire a small caliber, it's like a pop.
Mhm.
When you fire a big caliber pistol, it's like a cloud. You know what I mean? But when you shoot a high power rifle or a big high power, yeah, boom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what I hear kaboom, and I just talking shit out of my head. I tell my son, I said, some dummy didn't clean up, forgot to take the round out of the gun he's cleaning, or somebody got tired of their wife on the other end of the street, talking
Okay.
shit.
You said so. Richard came up and asked me if you'd heard it.
Yeah, because he goes, what was that noise, Dad? And he goes, what was that noise, Dad? Was that a backfire? And I go, no, that was like a gunshot, dude. I said, that sounded more like a gunshot than backfire to me. And I said, some poor fool up the street forgot to take a round out of the chamber cleaning the gun or something. To that effect.
So you thought, yeah, somebody had an accidental
Yeah.
discharge, or you said somebody did what?
Probably
Yeah,
blew his
okay.
old lady in or something, just talking, because I mean, the neighborhood we live in is pretty quiet, you know what I mean? You can tell when, like on the 4th of July, when the people around us come out and shoot their guns for the Independence Day, you can tell the guns from the firecrackers, So I tell him like that, and he goes, I don't know, Dad. And we just started laughing and carrying on with our business with the car. Then after that, Mama pulls back up. She tells us what we want to eat. And we ordered Chinese dinner. Richard eats egg drop soup. I have an egg drop soup. And they sat down to watch TV the rest of the night. And I went and laid up in the bedroom and watched TV. And that was it. And then come Friday, I meet you and the other gentleman. But this is Wednesday we're talking about, right? Okay.
Okay. So
Before my wife got home, so that was she got home. Yeah, let's say between, like I'm saying, see that shooting in the paper doesn't match because my timing and that paper shooting don't match. Because I want to say, a repente de la, like about, I want to say 7 o'clock, bro. That little boy and that little girl were in my garage together.
Why do you want to say that?
Because it was already dark. And my buddy that visited me didn't get out of work till 6, and he works way up north.
Okay.
And by the time he got to my house, it was already like 6:45.
Let me
and
mention
then-
something. I'm going to mention something to you. When the other detective, Kerry, when he told me you were coming to give a statement, I asked him what is it that he wanted that you were going to pretty much put in your statement. He mentioned to me that you said something about Justin and his girlfriend being there at the house.
Yeah. That night, I tell the big guy that was with you that night, that
Okay.
when he questioned me, he goes, well, how you know Justin? I said, I don't know Justin. I said, I just met Justin a couple of times. I says, and yesterday evening or Wednesday evening, I told him, I just seen him and his little girl because they come talk about a car and they leave. I told him that.
Okay, so Justin said Justin leaves and tells you he's coming back with his girlfriend to look at the car,
Right.
right? And you said
I didn't get a chance to
you
tell
didn't
him
get a chance to
that
tell
the car
him that-
wasn't going to be there.
that the car wasn't going to be there. So they did come back?
Yeah, so they came like, I want to say like about 7 o'clock. That little girl was standing by the refrigerator in my garage holding Justin's hand. She was right here and he was right here. And I'm like, where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, my buddy that came from up north, he works up north, had pulled up to the house with his girlfriend. And they were talking about a car that he knew up north, him and Justin.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I was explaining the 626 to the little girl,
Okay.
which I still don't, I mean, I hadn't even met her yet. I didn't even know her name until I read the paper.
Could you,
She was a petite
if
little
we
girl.
showed you a picture of her, would you recognize her?
Well, if you're going to show me the picture that's in the paper, that don't look
Well,
at
you've
all
already
like
seen
her.
the picture. That doesn't look like her?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
But the little girl I saw was thin. She had long, like brownish hair with highlights in it. And she was like Jerry, like, you know, real santita looking. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's talk about her. Hang on a second. His girlfriend told.
I want to say it was about 7 o'clock they were there at the house, dude. I really do. Because between 5 and 6:30 se hace oscuro, pero no tan oscuro, you know what I mean? It's like there's still like a little bit of light, you know, but it's like already coming dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But right by 7 o'clock, ya está bien oscuro, you know?
But you said it was getting.
It was
dark.
getting dark.
Okay.
Pero when the sun and night are approaching each other, where they're switching, and then, like I said, I was there. It was like 6:45 when my buddy drove up with his wife, and then like about 5-10 minutes after he pulled up, like I say, it has to be about 7 o'clock. Goddamn it, that little boy pulled up with that girl, and then the little girl's
But yeah,
listening-
but you remember, those days it was kind of cloudy too. So,
Right.
So it's kind of.
right. The
You know,
time's gonna
right.
iffy because of the weather.
Well,
man.
yeah, the light's going to be different. So,
Right.
it
But
may
I
be-
just want to say 7 o'clock because that's what
That's
time
fine.
it felt good. You know what I mean?
Okay, I didn't get a chance to tell Justin the car would not be there. Richard. Okay, I told Richard. So later, you said around 6:45.
And that's, let's say about 6:50, 7 o'clock. That when the little girl and the little boy show up in my house.
Okay, so later around, you said 6:45. Your friends pulls up.
Yep. 6:45,
Your
my
friend
friend
who?
and his wife pull up, Gabriel.
Gabriel and his wife pull up.
Right.
And what for? Just to visit?
Just a visit.
Okay. About
About
10
the
minutes?
newborn baby of theirs. We were talking about the newborn.
to visit. Okay, so
And
about a few minutes later.
I say about 5-10 minutes after he showed up, that's when the little girl and the little boy pop up.
Okay.
And he says, I'm here. I came to talk to you about the car. Can I see the car? And that's when I told him, I says, I don't have it here, but let me explain what it looks like. Let me tell you what it is. And then maybe I'll bring it Thursday or Saturday and you guys come back and see it.
Okay, so Justin and his girlfriend walked up wanting to look at the car, right?
Right.
Wanting to-
While they were in the garage and I was explaining the car to the little girl, Justin was
Talking to your friend about another
talking
car.
to my friend about another car.
Can you, describe her. You
Was,
don't know her name. Did you ever ask her name?
No, I never
Okay.
did. She
Okay.
was sitting there. She looked timid, polite.
Okay, so I never knew her name, but she was she white, black, Hispanic?
She was a Caucasian girl, white. She was a white girl.
Girl,
She looked white girl to me.
young?
Yeah, about maybe, I'd say between 16 and 18. She looked like to me.
Okay, 16, 18 years of age?
Yes, sir. Yeah, like really, like I call it shy. That one,
Shy?
like shy. Yeah.
Timid, okay. She had what? What kind of, how tall was she more or less?
Oh, let me see. It's about this big.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
So how tall would that be?
I'd say around 5 foot something. 5'3", 5'5", something like that.
Okay, because I'm 5'7".
Okay, no, she
She
was
little?
about right here to you. Then. She about 5'1", 5'3", somewhere right there.
She was a little over 5 feet tall?
Yes, sir. I mean, this huerco right here, he just that big frente right there is taller than his girlfriend.
Okay.
That I didn't know he was a little taller than her. Pero cuando estaba hablando yo con la niña, when I was talking to the girl about the car, that my boy was talking with Justin about the car, Justin looked at me, and I don't know if he get jealous o se enojó porque no entendió que yo lo estaba hablando a él. I don't know.
Okay.
Pero this is what I see. I'm right there where you are. She right here, he right here. Estaban a mano así.
Uh-huh.
But when he looked like this, that I was talking to her about the car, lo apretó la manita así, ¿no? Y lo vi de los ojitos de ella así. Y luego de repente ella me dice, well, hey, why don't you pay attention and listen what he say about the car? And that
Who told you that?
the little when the boy squeezed the girl hand, the little girl like get nervous,
Uh-huh.
and she tapped him and tell him, look, he's explaining something. Listen.
So she told Justin to listen
to
you.
listen to me when he squeezed her hand.
Okay, well let's finish talking about her. She was a little over 5 feet tall. What'd you say about her hair?
I think it's brown with highlights in it.
Long or short?
About this long, about shoulder length.
Okay.
It could be longer, but like I say, I just seen the front. No poní mucho atención en estos huercos. You know me.
What color was her hair, brown?
I think it was like the color of the door, like a light brown with highlights, dude.
Okay. Yeah. So,
And see, that night I talked to your buddy that was with you at my house. I tell him that, but he didn't ask me nothing about girl description, nothing either, you know.
do you remember what she was wearing?
I want to say jeans. I want to say she has some like jeans on and like a polo jacket. I remember she has something like tan.
Okay.
Something tan on, I think. If I can remember, I think
Okay.
it was tan.
And a tan colored top.
I don't know what kind of shirt it was.
Well, I mean the top.
But yeah, the top was like tan and the blue jeans on the bottom. Yeah.
Do you remember anything specific about the jeans, about the top, about her?
Other than she was a pretty little girl, no.
No? Okay. Was she carrying anything? Was he carrying anything?
You know, the only thing I seen were cell phones.
Okay. I started telling her about the car, right?
Right.
Started telling her. And Justin, while Justin was talking to your friend?
Yeah.
About what?
About a car.
About another car. Okay. Was talking to Gabriel, right?
Yeah, because see, Gabriel's wife's looking for a car too. See, and Justin was there. They were. It just happened that they were all met right there, and the subject of a car was on there, so they were all talking about the same car, the 626.
Just was talking to Gabriel about a car too. All right. While I was talking to her, you noticed that Justin did what?
That Justin had looked at me and her while we were conversating, and he gripped her hand He squeezed her hand when they were holding hands. I seen him squeeze her hand.
How hard? Or
Well,
are you describing it as hard?
Well, yeah, they're holding hands like this, bro.
Right.
Like this. And dude goes, you know.
So he squeezed her hand real hard.
I mean, I seen where he lo apretó. I mean, the little girl, she squint, you know.
Okay. So she went.
Me, that being my daughter, you know, I see it like my daughter. That when I get mad. And I stand up and I tell the little boy, I said, mira. I said, around here, you not do that. I said, a woman is not a car. She do not have a title. You cannot control a woman. I said, a little woman like that, that's why God gave us our own minds, because we live in our own worlds.
Okay.
I said, you need to respect her, no matter where you're at. And that's what I tell him, just that right there. At that point in time, we talk more about the little car, about 5 minutes more, y luego se fueron. They both walk off together right after that. But when I jump his ass and I tell him not to treat her like that, he changed colors. He changed like orange, pink, red. You know what I mean? Como like he got embarrassed. You know what I mean? I mean, he didn't nothing to be jealous of me. Yo estoy más viejo que la luna. You know? That way I see that little boy got jealous. You know?
So you think he did it because he got jealous?
Yeah, I think he jealous because she was listening to what I was saying about the car.
Okay, he got jealous.
Because, I mean, she had devoted all attention to my conversation about the car. I mean, she looked like she was really serious in getting her little carrito, you know what I mean?
So, and she told him, hey, why don't you turn around and listen
Yeah,
to him?
after he gripped her hand, she turned around, she goes, look, why don't you listen to him? Why don't you listen to what he has to say about the car? So then that when he focused in on mine and her conversation. And I gave him details about the car, and then that's when I told him, I says, look, to make things easier, I said, why don't you just come back either tomorrow or Saturday? I says, or give me a call and I'll let you know when the car is here. So you and her can come and see it.
So then you told Justin,
Hey,
I'll have the car later, come by later, see it.
yeah.
Saturday?
I told him either come tomorrow or Saturday, or better yet, give me a phone call and I'll let you know if the car's here. Is what I told him.
Okay.
Or even better yet, just give me a call.
Better yet, call me and I'll let you know and let him know if the car was there.
So he could come and see it. And then after that, they like stood maybe 5 minutes. They walked down by my van. He made a phone call. And then after that, I just seen her and him walk across the street by themselves towards Deer Lane. That's what direction they left.
Okay, so
And maybe after, I say about 30 minutes, about 30 minutes after they leave my house, maybe 45 minutes after they leave my house, that's when I hear the kaboom. I seen him on the phone because that's when I lit another cigarette.
Then they both left?
Yeah, and then him and her went hand in hand down Capano towards Deer Lane or Alexandria, whatever you want to use. But that's the direction they were headed south.
They headed south.
Yeah,
of
like
Capano.
my house is right here.
Yeah.
This is Capano.
Capano. They went south.
This is Manzanillo. They went that way.
Okay. So,
Y en todo ese tiempo that the little boy, the little girl are right there, my boy inside the house. He's inside the house because he didn't even talk to Justin or the little girl. That I can verify that.
so Richard was inside the house?
Yeah, he was inside the house. He didn't even talk to that little girl, that little boy. Because I was outside in the garage and outside in the bay, and I had them in perfect view of the whole remaining time they were there. And they walked this way from my van, crossed the street, got on that sidewalk, y se fueron.
Okay.
And then after that, that's when I went in there and I told Junebug, I said, he said he's going to call maybe tomorrow or something about the car. I said, but let him know that if I get the car, he can come and see. If not, well, you'll let him know. If he calls you, just tell him I don't have it. And he says, all right. And then after,
So did he know they were there or he didn't? Richard?
What?
Junebug. Did he know they were there when they were there when you were talking
You know,
to him?
I think he didn't notice because he had stepped out in the garage real quick to go dump some trash in there. Well, take the trash out, and he walked through the garage. And that's when I know that maybe Justice said what's up or something, but like I'm saying, Once Richard went back inside from throwing the trash, he never come back outside to talk with the girl and the boy.
So you went inside and told Richard that they were coming by later?
Yeah, that was after they left. I told Richard, I
To
said,
see the car?
yeah, they're supposed to either come by or call tomorrow
Okay.
if I go get the car.
Okay.
So if he calls to let him know if the car's here, just let him know the other car's here. If the car ain't here, then let him know that no, it's not here. And that was the last we ever seen him. When him and the little girl walk out, that was it. Because after all that, after they left, my friend Richard and Sherry had left. Gabriel and his girl had left. And me and Richard cleaned up shop and went inside. And he jumped in the shower first. And then after he got out the shower, I got in the shower. And we sat there and he laid in the room with me and the babies and Mama. And we watched,
Okay.
I can't even remember the stupid movie we were watching. But while we were watching TV, he was showing me the green sheet of a car that he was thinking of purchasing after he got his job. So I know that's why I can verify that my kid was home Wednesday night, you know? Because we did all this shit together in the evening time together. I want to say it was about, like 8 o'clock, 8:15 they left. Because Richie left first. So Richie left about maybe 8:15. Gabriel and his girl left about,
So Richard was there too?
Uncle Rich, yeah.
Your friend?
Yeah.
The guy whose car you were working on?
Yeah.
So he was there when you were having this conversation with...
Yeah.
Okay. So he was still there?
Yeah.
All right.
And then they, like I said, Richie and Sherry ended up leaving first. Because they had to go do something.
All right,
And then Gabriel and baby girl, they leave. But the first ones to leave was this little guy and his girlfriend were the first ones to leave. And then we have a habit, you know, family and friends, that before we all say goodbye, I mean, everybody shakes hands and gives hugs, because you never know when we're going to see each other again. So, I mean...
What was Richard's name?
Corville.
Last name?
Corville.
Corville?
Yeah.
Was he the guy that was there that day?
Yeah, that's one that
him?
you guys were thinking, you guys were looking for him. Little bald-headed white guy.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like Homer Simpson.
Yeah, my friend Richard was there also the whole time, right?
Yeah. Because his girlfriend showed up, and then they jumped in the pickup truck and took off. Because his car wasn't going to run that night.
Okay, so Gabriel and his wife left around
I'd say by 8:15, 8:30.
8:15, 8:30. And Richard left.
Corville left like 8 o'clock. He left with his girlfriend by 8 o'clock. That's why I'm saying the little boy and the little girl leave, like I said, about 7:50, 8 o'clock, and then Uncle Rich leave, and then Gabriel leave. So it was like simultaneously within 5-10 minutes of each other, they all left. And after that, it was just regular family at the house. We locked up the whole house and stood in the back room in my bedroom watching TV and talking, looking on the internet for cars on eBay. Because I was trying to get a kit for my son's Porsche so we could drop a V8 in that Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to get a universal kit to hold a V8 engine in it. So we were in there around on the laptop trying to find a kit for it. We found a ring set and a seal set, but we couldn't find the V8 tubing kit that we needed.
Okay.
So I was so infuriated when the newspaper came out. Said that my boy was in there and the news and all that, you know. It made me really angry because I know my son wasn't there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm not sure where that came from. Well, I understand it may have come from Justin, you know, and I mean, you have to understand, we go on the information that's given to us.
Right, I understand that. It's
You know, we weren't there. If we were there, we'd know what happened.
Yeah,
we would have to
exactly.
talk to anybody.
Automatically.
But, you know, we have
It's
to
like
go.
I told that officer this morning. I said, but look, this is what I don't understand. I said, you guys have found the gun, you found the body, you found the shooter. I said, but how come guys didn't squirt his hand with that residue stuff to find gunpowder on his hand? I said, and what about prints on the gun?
Mm-hmm.
You know, none of that was on the news or in the newspaper. You
It's
know?
not going to be in the news, man. That's information that we have. We don't tell the news. That information is for us to know. See, it's not for anybody else to know. The only people who are going to know what happened out there are the people involved.
Right.
Him, us, you know,
The
and
paper.
anybody else that was there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand how you guys work.
And all
I mean,
that other information, we're not going to release that information to anybody.
yeah, but see, that's what ticked me off. Because, like I told the newspaper dude, you know, I said, here, I don't understand how you put Justin's name in the paper and Richard's name in the paper, but you can't put the name of the guy that bought the bullets in the paper. What's up with that? And, you know, that what pissed me off, you know, is everybody was listed except...
The newspaper, the media, they're going to put in
Whatever they want.
whatever they want, show whatever they want.
Yeah, that's what made
you
me
can't
go mad.
control that. So, and don't let that get you all upset, because
Well, it did. And,
it's because eventually we're going to get to the truth.
oh, I know that's right.
And you know what the truth is as far as what happened out there, and that's why you're here.
Yeah.
Because you know whatever you
Like
see,
I told the officer this morning, I'm coming in voluntarily.
whatever you see in the news or in the paper, you know that's just what's in the news and the paper.
Yeah, that's just allegations.
And, you know, what can I tell you? I mean, that's just the way it is.
I understood that, but I mean, still, you know, when you wake up and you see this kind of chismoso shit in the paper, you know,
That's all it is,
¿Qué te va? I mean, te va a calentar.
That's all it is, brother. You know that. You know.
So, me
So
calenté
anyway.
y lo llamé y lo dije. I gave him a piece of my mind. TV, boy, tomo, kiss my. I mean, straight up, I did.
So let's see.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I talked to Hector también ahorita, you know, that same day that I got the newspaper, and I talked to him. He apologized. I thought, you know, I think it's pretty junk. And then the officer told me this morning that he released what the newspaper was able to print. So he had control of that. So he told me what was up. So, you know, it kind of eased me up. You know what I mean?
Well, you have to understand.
I know you guys are doing your job.
No,
and
when
there's
people-
technicalities when it's in the news. You know, it could f the whole case up.
When somebody gets arrested, there's an affidavit that's filed.
Right.
The affidavit lists all reasons why would police want to arrest somebody, and then that gets shown to a judge, and the judge signs it, and then now it turns into a warrant, and that's how we're able to arrest somebody.
Okay.
Well, when that person gets arrested, then that affidavit becomes public. You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And,
what it
and
goes
guess
to
who
the
gets a
soul.
hold of that affidavit?
Yeah,
The
everybody.
media.
Media.
The media and
paper.
everybody becomes public. Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything that's in the affidavit is everything that's in the investigation.
Right.
No, that's just our reasons for arresting somebody.
Right.
You know, and this is why we go to the judge and say, this is why we want to arrest this person, judge. And the judge says either yes or no. And if he says, yeah, go get him, then we file the affidavit and we get a warrant, and then we arrest the person. And then when that person gets arrested, then it becomes public information. We can't control that after that, because
Right.
the media, they're down here every morning picking up,
No, I bet.
you know, copies of arrest affidavits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they gotta print that.
Yeah,
back
because
and
that's
white.
news. You know, so you know that's what happened.
But other than that, I mean, that's
pretty
my
much
story.
what happened.
That's
Okay, so-
everything I know from the bottom of my heart.
My
and
friend's
to the
Richard
best of
girlfriend
my
came by
knowledge.
from around 8 p.m. Gabriel and his girlfriend left around 8:15, 8:30. I was standing in my garage in front of Richard's car smoking a cigarette. It was already turning sundown. Richard was there with me. Let me put my son, Richard, so clear that.
Yeah, because all that of that you just read was before my company left.
Right. What? The kaboom?
No, that was after.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right, so all of this. So they left. You're standing in the garage.
Right.
You're smoking a cigarette. Richard's there with you. It's turning sundown.
That's when I hear kaboom.
That's when you come here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to clear this point up with you.
Okay.
You said it was already turning sundown. Was it already turning sundown?
It was dark when the little boy and the little girl left my house.
Okay.
It was dark. If that's what you're trying to clear up, yeah, it was already dark.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying at 6:30, 6 o'clock, todavía está like lucita, you know what I mean? There's still a little bit of light, but not much, you know? And then, like you say, yeah, it was cloudy. But even though it was cloudy, I don't think it'd be that dark that early, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, we're cloudy today, too, and I was coming to go talk to you guys right now. I mean, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I mean, I'm right there on, you know, it's dusk, but not, I mean, not real dark, you know?
Yeah.
They put areas and luces, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put 2 lip rings on this dude, and that's the dude I know right there. Lo tenía la pinche earring right here. One
2 lip
here, one
rings?
here.
And Richard was there the whole time.
Yes. Like I told you, he ordered egg drop soup with me. We had egg drop
But
soup.
you said a little while ago that. Okay, but you were talking about Richard, your friend, because you said Richard left with his girl.
Yeah, that's
And you were
that,
talking about.
yeah,
That's
about
when
my
I
homie.
asked you, and you said, and that's when I asked you, was your friend Richard still there during this whole time? You, nah, okay. Because I thought he had left, because you said that you were going to go drop his car off.
No, the other car.
That's another car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little the car that had the brake problem was a ¿cómo se llama? It's a Toyota.
When did that lady walk up there and ask you to fix her car?
Oh, I had that car for 2 days already.
Okay, so you were working on another car.
When Richie pulled up with
Okay.
his car
His
having
car, okay.
water problems.
All right, let me drop off the car that I was working on. Not Richard's car, but another car.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's get that straight.
All right.
I don't want to look like a liar, cause
No. It's not that. It's just that you know what you're talking about, but I don't.
right.
And that's why I need to.
Yeah, you gotta make the
ask
picture
you.
right.
Yeah, because you know what's going on, and that's important for me to ask you to work these details out because. You're telling me what's going on. All of a sudden, you talk about and the car I was working on. I'm thinking, okay,
It's all the same car. Yeah.
it's all the same car, but it's another car.
No, I'm jumping
Okay.
from one side to the other.
Not my friend. Okay, Richard's car, but another car.
Porque el bolillo no sabe nada de mecánico. Y por eso yo lo estaba ayudando a él, le digo a él, okay, take this, and this, and then I'll be back. So, estaba quitando los partes del bolillo cuando yo estaba cambiando las brecas. Y por eso le necesitaba la ayuda de mi hijo.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I need my son help. Because I knew I was going to get tied up like that because Richard already called me, told me his car was messing up. So I already knew.
Okay.
Now,
Is this all pretty much?
yeah, that's all I have to say about this whole ordeal. That's my statement. Pero I wanted to ask you something,
Mhm.
okay? We had caught wind that the little boy, when you got released it for questioning Friday night,
With the car?
yeah, after you guys questioned this little boy,
Uh-huh.
we caught wind through the Nuevas
Mhm.
in the newspaper that he stole a gun from his mama's house and jump a fence and take off a taxi cab, right? Well, right now, I fear for my son's life right now.
Mhm.
Because everything, where you guys have my son asking them the questions and myself, he know where we live. I don't know this stupid guy who got in his head. He might call somebody, want to do my son in my house with my babies there. Well, I want to know, you make sure that everything be all right. This guy not get on the phone and
I'll
try
tell
to
you,
do something stupid.
I'll tell you this, Leo. I've never seen that happen.
Okay,
I mean, if we're sitting there watching a movie, a show, it happens all the time on TV. Somebody picks up the phone, somebody gets bumped off because we don't want any witnesses. That happens all the time on TV.
right, but
I have never seen that happen in real life.
I know,
Okay.
but still, it's just the fact that I'm bringing to your attention because I don't want my baby to
Well,
get hurt, for
I
helping
would-
you guys out clear this
All I
up,
gotta
you know what I'm
say is
saying?
that, if you have a concern about that, then just, ponte al tiro, and just make sure that, just like you always do. If you see anything that concerns you around the house, somebody calls, whatever, give us a call.
The only thing I had to scare anybody away with you guys got, and it didn't even work.
Yeah. Well, just like I said, if you ever become concerned about something going on or something,
I just want to know
whatever,
that, everything, I just want safety for my boy, because you guys are holding
Richard?
information that
Right.
that he helped you with and everything today,
Well, he's not the only one.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm just speaking for me and my boy, and my family. I'm a concerned father,
There's a lot
I
of
don't
people-
want my kids to get.
There's a lot of people involved.
I see the drive-bys, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, this is here in Austin. I see drive-bys, I've known some people that their kids got shot at and they almost hit their little baby, I don't want that for my family, man. I scare my family life, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I just want to get across with you, man to man. I just want to make sure that my place going to be safe.
That's a concern that we get in every investigation that we get involved in. I can't sit here and tell you, no, it's never going to happen.
No, well, you can't promise
You
me
know,
the
I
world.
can't promise you
understand
that. I can't promise you that, but I'll tell you that I've never seen it happen. you know.
Well, it gives me a little bit of ease, you know what I mean? But I still, like I told my wife, you know, I'm gonna ask the man that I talked to about that, because right now I'm scared for my son's life and my family, you know. I don't know what this little boy capable of doing, you know what I mean? I really don't. I mean, I never even saw this kind of bullshit in that little kid.
Well, you know,
Because, I mean, my son hangs out with tender vittles. I mean, you know, he hangs around with a lot of soft, lovable people.
right.
He don't have nobody that he hangs around with aggressive. I mean, I'm the only aggressive one around the family.
Okay. Now, I wouldn't be worried. You know, I wouldn't be worried that something bad is going to happen because your son's, you know,
Complain with you guys.
well, because your son's, you know, helping us
It's
out.
like I told him, I said, the truth
We
set you
have-
free, man. I mean,
Well, you know, there's other people that we've talked to concerning this thing that are involved too. So
they
you
probably
know,
asked the same question I did.
everybody asks the same question. Everybody always gets concerned about, you know, what's going to happen if I get involved. Well, you know, I'll tell you to make you feel safe. Nothing's going to happen. But whether you believe me or not,
That's
that's
my
up
choice.
to you.
Yeah.
You know.
No,
What's
but
gonna-
you guys have been pretty righteous
what-
with me, dude. You know,
Yeah, you know,
I feel a little bit, you know, where I could trust you guys, you know.
I wish I could tell you that nothing's going to happen to you driving home tonight.
Right? You
I-
can't promise
I
me
can't-
that.
I
God
can't
picks my
promise you
number.
that, brother, you know?
Me vola caro, I hear where you're coming from, my brother. Shit, I mean,
That's right. You know, so
but you know, I
it's-
just have to ask, you know, to
Oh,
make
that's
myself feel good. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, if it makes you feel better, I don't. You know, your boy's gonna be all right. You guys
Well,
gonna be
man,
okay.
I mean, at least I know you guys are on top
Yeah.
of things. You know what I mean?
And
My
we'll-
question got answered.
We'll certainly be there if you need us
Exactly.
to be there. You know, call us. All you gotta do is call, man. You got all of our
I'm not
numbers.
scared. Everything works, you know. Everything. Cell phones, house phones. I'll email you shit.
Hey, email.
Everything, shit. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. And
Okay.
if I may, I'd like to get back to my wife and my
Oh,
little ones.
absolutely, man. Let me get you out of here. I think.
Ya me está pegando la bola de la pierna. Necesito bañarme. This room not just bassy, but it's hot too.
Yeah, tell me about it. I spent enough time in here myself. I know.
They'll show you no love with that AC right there, but
Yeah.
they'll show you no love with the AC, or what?
You know, this. What can I tell you, brother? Sometimes it's really nice in here. Sometimes it gets cold. I mean, you know, if you're in here too long, it can get a little chilly, man. You know. That's the reason why we got blankets and stuff in here. Okay, I'm gonna print this out. I'm gonna show it to Kerry. He's gonna read it, just in case he has anything he wants to clear up, and then we'll have you read it and sign it. You can go over it if you want to. I mean, everything you told me pretty much.
Everything right there.
Yeah.
What I had to say that you typed is everything I had to say. If you didn't want to be my John Henry, that's fine.
All right.
I'm just ready to get out of here. I feel claustrophobic in here already.
I'll open the door. You want to go get you some water? Or
Yeah, I'd like to use the head if I can.
Absolutely.
Where is it? This way?
Come on, follow me this way. It's 24th. I thought it was 23rd today. 24th. All right, let me change that date on that photo.
Oh, okay.
Hey, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Change the date here. It's 24th.
Oh, it's 24th.
My bad. My bad.
I'm sorry.
Right there. No, that's my fault. All right. Okay, just hang tight.
All
I'll be
right.
right with you.
Yeah, he says, I know different types of guns, sounds guns make, shotguns and handguns, but he doesn't say which one he.
When you heard the kaboom,
I figured it was a high-powered rifle.
high power rifle,
Yeah, that's what I figured. It was like a rifle or some type of rifle.
some type of rifle. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. All right, is that it?
What specifically made Justin jealous?
Okay.
in his
I-
mind?
Couldn't answer that, to tell you the truth, officer.
Well, try to go over just a little bit of the conversation you were having with her a little bit and see if anything in there pops up that'll kind of add to that.
Like I told him
He thinks
earlier.
it was just because he was talking to her a while.
Because when we were all talking about the Mazda 626, Gabriel and this little guy were talking about the car on their own thing. They were still standing by each other. I was directing what I knew about the car to the little girl. And at that time, that's when he zoned into our conversation. I don't know if it's just like a spurt of jealousy or what, but I seen him grip her hand. She clenched her eyes and told him to pay attention to what I was saying about the car. And then after that, it was all over.
You told me earlier that you said something to him about what he
Yeah,
did with her
I
hand,
told him what I said.
and that you made a statement to him about that he doesn't own her,
He can't control her and he don't own her.
and you
And
told
that's
me
when he
that
said
made-
he turned into 3 shades of...
and he said what back to you?
He said, oh, well, or something like that. He's like, it was either, oh, well, or that's what you think. That's what he said. That's what you think. That's what you think.
And
That's what I told you
what did she
earlier.
do when he said that's what you think?
Nothing. Like I told him, she was just being shy.
Okay.
She's just acting shy, getting the details about the car, and that was it.
Okay. Fix that real quick. And you said you thought that the boom came from a high-powered rifle, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so I was talking to her, and I said Justin looked at us both, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then squeezed her hand hard, right? Or tightly.
Yeah.
I saw the girl, you said
Right.
she winced, squinted her eyes?
Yeah. That's what made me notice that.
Well, when she squinted her eyes, you know, was it obvious it hurt?
Yeah, it is
In
obvious.
pain?
That's why I jumped off the gun.
Okay, all right.
It was obvious she hurt. That's why I told him, hey, in here you need to chill.
Okay.
I said, you don't treat a woman like that. I said, this little girl is not a car. You don't own her with a piece of paper like a title. She has her own world to live in. She's her own world. That's why God gave us our own brains, because we're each an individual world. So you know, when you act like that, that's when he got embarrassed.
So I told him not to treat her like this, that he didn't own her like one would a car, and that he should respect her.
Yeah, you should respect her.
Oh, and
And then that's when he says, when I told him, you know, right there where he says, it says, where he squeezed her hands, her eyes squint, and I told her he didn't own her like a car with a piece of paper of a title.
Mhm.
Okay, that when he told me, that what you think. But like I said, I didn't put no money in it, you know.
Right.
If I could have saw the future, maybe I could have did something, you know. But I don't think of this kind of stuff every day, you know. I see it on TV, you know. I don't think it's gonna be around me, you know what I mean?
So Justin said that's what you think?
Yeah, that was.
But then earlier you said that it looked like he got embarrassed too.
Yeah, he did get embarrassed, and then that one he said, "That what you think?" Because like I said, when he turned he turned 3 colors of pink, dude. I mean, it was like light, medium, and then rosy.
Okay.
And then right after I said that is when they cut out, man. And I'm not changing none of my story. It's all there, still the same. I mean, you guys are just asking me more about what I think of the issue. But my personal opinion ain't really what's at value here. It's just what really went down. And as far as I know, you already got it. Everything I know of my knowledge to my acknowledgement is what I've said.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and impeach myself, and I'm not gonna try to change my story around. No way, no how. You know what I mean? I can't do that because then it's not even gonna help you guys out none. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna change my story. That's my story. That's what I'm sticking with. It's not even a story. It's what I see and what I know to fullest of my knowledge, acknowledgement. And then that's it, man. I want to get out of here, smoke cigarette, and go eat. I got 2 babies in there snacking on Reese's Pieces.
Yeah. I hear you. Okay.
if it was that car and came straight here, I should have stopped and got him something to eat before he came here. I didn't think it was going to take this long.
Well,
I thought I was just going to come in here, tell you what I knew, and then bounce.
well, the thing is, anytime we take a statement, brother, like I said, you know what you're talking about. I don't.
Right.
And that's all part of us interviewing you
Right, I understand.
to get all the details and answer all the questions. And
That's why I'm being patient and cooperative as best I can, because I understand what you guys
I
are.
appreciate it.
I'm not
We're
even
done already, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to bust you guys nuts about nothing. You guys are just complying with what you guys' duties are. You're making your living, man. That's all I'm saying. You're being a man, making your living. I ain't gonna stop you. I mean, to each their own. If you make it to the top, well, right on. If you don't, well, at least you can say you tried. You know what I mean?
No, this is it, yeah. I just kind of threw in there what,
Old boy said.
yeah, what would carry, yeah, basically what he said.
I mean, but if I could think of anything else after this,
No, if you
dude,
think
I
of
mean, I'll
anything
give you a
else,
call and
you
let
give
you
us
know.
a call. I mean, we can, just because this is your statement, but if you remember anything else,
Yeah,
I mean,
I can add to it. I
we
understand.
can add to it, and that's always something we can do. Let me go get it so you
Okay.
can sign it, okay?
All right.
Initial the bottom of each page, that first one, number 1, 2, and then I want you to sign your name and then initial over that line, okay?
Okay. Initial over this line.
Yeah.
Sign my name.
Initial the bottom.
Need a date on there? Oh, that's already there.
There.
Okay. Two, three.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
No problem. Like I say, if you need anything else or anything, just let me know. If I remember anything, I'll give you
Let
guys
us
a
know.
holler.
Yeah.
Justin Crabb is caught and charged with Jennifer's murder. He pleads not guilty, but, realizing the mountain of evidence against him, he later changes his plea to guilty. He's sentenced to 35 years in prison. Ricardo Roman is charged with murder. When it comes time for trial, Justin refuses to testify against his friend, and the case falls apart. Based on the evidence they gather, police theorize that Jennifer and Justin's relationship had been abusive for a long time, and that Justin's violence had been growing more and more extreme. For 9 months, he slowly developed a plan to kill Jennifer if she ever seemed ready to leave him. When Jennifer seemed to be distancing herself from him on Valentine's Day 2006, Justin put his plan into action. On February 15, he hid a sawed-off shotgun in a wooded area, ensuring that he and Jennifer would walk through it. Once they were there, he made her get on her knees and shot her in the back of the head. Ricardo Roman has never been convicted of any crime connected to Jennifer's homicide.